Hi, I'm Lindy Hewson from Food and Drink Business. I'm here at Foodpro on Omron's stand talking to Chris Probst about the smart factory solutions that Omron is showcasing. Chris, tell us about this Delta robot here.
Thank you, Lindy. Yes, what we have here is a Delta, or what's commonly known as a parallel robot. Typically gets used in end of production line, pick and place parts assembly. So here, for example, the Delta robot is looking for certain shaped parts. So there's a camera that examines the production line, and depending on the shape and orientation of the part, the robot then picks that part and places it. Now, in a practical application in, say, food manufacturing or production line, it'd be placing, say, packaging, objects into a box ready for transport. Interesting feature with Omron Delta robots is that Omron make the fastest Delta robot in the world. It's called a Quattro, and it's got a pick rate of around about 200 parts per minute.
So how new is this piece of equipment?
Omron Adept have been making robots for a couple of decades now, and the Quattro came out about 8-9 years ago in particular. Delta robots, the concept of Delta robots have been around for a good few decades now. But with new technology, things just work faster and quicker, and in particular here we have vision inspection integrated with the robot picking and placing.
So a vision-guided robot.
It is a vision-guided robot indeed.
I've seen a lot of attention on this robot, and I've noticed a little bit of other movement on your stand. So can you tell us a little bit about this?
Indeed, Lindy. What you have running around here is a different type of robot. Now these robots here are called mobile robots, and they're Omron LD ARVs. Now ARV stands for Autonomous Intelligent Vehicle. Now a lot of folks might be familiar with AGVs, which are automatic guided vehicles that quite a lot of industry uses. ARVs are relatively new. The difference of an ARV is that it automatically calculates its own path to get from point A to point B. And the difference is, if you look on the floor, for example, there are no tapes. There's no lines, there's no magnetic markers. The ARVs don't need markers to work their way around. So if, for example, someone were to get in the way, or if there's an object in the path of the ARV, it would automatically go and calculate a new path.
So whereabouts in the plant would you use these?
Typically where you have box or tote movements, work in progress, where you're moving batch processing from one working cell to another. Wherever people are pushing carts or carrying boxes, that task can now be done by an ARV.
And have you had a lot of attention for these at Foodpro?
In particular, yes, they are very much a bit of a hit. So here, for example, is an ARV. It wants to get to where you are there, Lindy, and we're deliberately messing this guy up. And what he's doing is he's looking for an alternate path to get to its destination. And off it goes.
Seems that he's found one.
Indeed,
Excellent.
it has, yes. It'll do that all day, every day.
Thanks, Chris. I wish you a great Foodpro.
Thank you, Lindy.